Hello everyone and welcome to this Hybrid Ag webinar. My name is Chelsea Hall and I'm a member of the Hybrid Ag Research and Support team. I'm excited to introduce our final webinar for this series, which is Part 6, Post-Harvest. Through this series of webinars, we've gone through the season looking into some of the technical aspects and scientific facts about soil health and plant nutrition. Hybrid Ag are on a quest to transform food for health. That is our purpose. We are continuing to curate research from the last 150 years worth of soil and plant nutrition research and data during our journey to discover what makes food healthy and how to better grow nutrient-dense food. I'll now introduce you to your other panelists today. Andrew Smith is a member of the Hybrid Ag agronomy team specialising in tree crops. And I am a research agronomist working across a variety of horticultural crops. So Andrew, can you kick us off and tell us what we'll be focusing on today?
Thanks Chelsea and good morning to all. So today's topic is post-harvest. Post-harvest is a very critical stage of nutrient importance as it sets up the plant's buds and nutrient reserves for the next season's crop cycle. For the first few weeks in the new season, the tree is almost completely reliant on stored energy reserves in the plant which will provide the critical nutrients supplies throughout the flowering, fruit set and cell division stages. So let's begin by defining what post-harvest is and why it's such an important stage to the plant. Here we have an image of some apple trees at post-harvest or with the crop fully removed. As the name suggests, post-harvest nutrient application should occur after the fruit crop has been harvested and while the leaves of the tree are still in a functional state prior to senescing. Nutrients can be taken up by the plant after the fruit is removed, but before the leaves are lost and the roots are still functioning to their full ability. These nutrient applications are crucial in helping to replenish the depleted nutrient stores that have been slowly diminished over the growing season and removed by the harvesting of the past season's crop. The aim of these nutrient applications post-harvest are to rebalance the tree after harvest and also to feed the tree in preparation for the next season's crop cycle. Common deficient nutrients after harvest include major elements such as potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, calcium, and a variety of micronutrients such as iron, boron, manganese, and zinc. During the post-harvest period, energy is stored in various ways within the plant. These nutrients are then used by the plant in the flowering fruit set cell division phase next season.
Now that we have defined what post-harvest is and the importance of a post-harvest application on your crop, let's now discuss what nutrients are stored and how they are stored by the plant. So during this time, carbohydrate storages are built and these carbohydrates are drawn upon during the early stages of bud optimization, flowering and cell expansion. If these storages remain low after a crop is removed, it will significantly impact the overall potential of the crop for the following year. The storage of nitrogen, phosphorus and trace elements, including zinc, manganese and boron, are essential during this period as adequate storage of these nutrients during post-harvest can lower biennial bearing behaviours in stone and palm fruit. So the next topic to cover off after understanding the main kinds of nutrients that are stored during post-harvest is how that storage takes place. So different nutrients are stored in different forms and locations by plants during cooler months after post-harvest. Here, as you can see on the slide, we have a diagram of a tree showing where these nutrients are stored. So let's start with carbohydrates. These are mainly stored in the roots, as mentioned in a previous webinar, and can take a variety of forms. These include sucrose, glucose, fructose, and sorbitol. Nitrogen is stored in most plant parts, including the roots, bark, buds, and wood tissues. They can be stored as a variety of amino acids and proteins. Phosphorus is stored in the buds and wood tissues and is commonly accumulated in a variety of compounds, including phospholipids and phytic acid. Trace elements are held in a variety of locations throughout the plant and are often stored within other compounds. For example, phytic acid in buds can hold a significant storage of phosphorus as well as zinc. For more detail into the process of nutrient storage, please check out our senescence webinar. So now I will pass back over to Andrew.
Okay, thanks Chelsea. We'll now look at what influences post-harvest has on bud development. Strong bud development is heavily influenced by nutrient availability in the post-harvest period. The more robust the buds are, the more energy they can store to power the flowering, fruit set and cell division stages next season. High nitrogen availability increases overall bud size and strength. Other than increasing bud size, the other main goal from nutrient applications during this time is to increase the ratio of reproductive buds to vegetative buds. It's difficult to tell the difference between reproductive and vegetative buds until later in the growing season. However, the dominant bud type is determined by the specific types of nutrients available during the post-harvest timeline. Reproductive buds during this time can be influenced with the availability of nutrients such as manganese, zinc, boron, calcium and phosphorus, whereas leaf buds can be influenced with the availability of nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, magnesium and calcium. We've spoken about reproductive and vegetative buds in parts 4 of this webinar series, so look back to that webinar for more information on this topic.
Finally, let's look at the nutrient requirements of the plant for post-harvest. So as previously mentioned, there are several nutrients in focus during post-harvest. Applying nutrients for storage at this time can help reduce the amount of required nutrient applications in the following season, putting you in a better position for the next season startup. The following nutrients are stored and used for the early stages of bud development, flowering, fruit set and cell division, and therefore should be focused on as well as any other deficiencies you encounter at post-harvest. The first of these is nitrogen. So nitrogen is stored for energy production in the subsequent season, ensuring a strong and even bud burst. Calcium is stored to maximize the cell division phase and is integral to strengthening cell walls, which will create firmer fruit at harvest. Zinc is stored for the support of future leaf growth, providing the base for strong photosynthesis in the next season. And zinc deficiencies are also linked to reduced leaf growth and blind buds. Magnesium is used in the production of chlorophyll molecules and is used as new leaves form. And finally, boron is important for strengthening pollen tubes and is vital in fruit set in the next season, as well as aiding in calcium uptake. Using a leaf test at post-harvest can also help determine if any of these critical nutrients during this period are in low supply, so that you can maximize your post-harvest nutrient program.
So just to wrap up with some key grower take-home points. Post-harvest applications build nutrient reserves within the plant. Nutrients can be stored across different regions of the plant during the post-harvest stage. Applying the appropriate nutrients can increase the number of reproductive buds present for the following season. And nutrient deficiencies found at post-harvest should be treated to better prepare the plant for next year's cropping cycle.
Thank you again for joining us in our webinar today. Keep an eye on our social media for specific dates and times for other events, and make sure to check out some of our other webinars, which are uploaded onto our YouTube channel. If you have any questions from this post-harvest webinar, please contact us at either support@hybridag.com.au or give us a ring on 03 5722 7555, or with one of our certified partners who are David Morello at Morello Furt, Noel Jans at Sahara and Elders, Craig Swansbury at Fruit Doctors, Graham McNeil at GV Crop, Gary Delbroy at Wormtech, and Tony Vaccaro at Tafco. Finally, thank you to all the technical experts from around our industry who have helped bring you these events. And thank you to Judah Rowe for his work in helping to compile this webinar. See you all next time.